I mean, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it, to be fair? I'm so undecided with this thing. Full throttle is just crazy. Every time you end up on your roof or on your side. Yes. Turning on the spot. And now we got the ultimate drag brake. Now this one, I am really interested to see what you think of it. I am very much on the fence with it right now. This is the UCX 1801 Pro from UDIRC. It's actually a fully licensed Land Cruiser LC79. Let's see what you think. Now you can see from the box, for the price, it's actually got some pretty good features. You know, you've got oil-filled shocks, you've got a 2-speed gearbox, you've got dig, you've got a brushless Outrunner motor, metal chassis, counter-rotating drive shafts. I mean, I only paid $112 for this, you know, for $112, that's pretty decent. So with those specs, why am I on the fence about it? Well, there's a few things. First off, the body. You know, I do like the look on the body, and the more I ran it, the more it grew on me, but it just looks a little bit cheap. I don't know, there's just something about it that just has a little bit of a kind of a cheap feeling to it. And then next up, the chassis, I was really disappointed to see that they'd actually used the UCX 2401 chassis, which was, they did like a Jimny and a Power Wagon that weren't licensed. But, you know, they got like this massive steering link on the front, stuff that just gets hung up on everything, and everything just sits really, really low. Just the kind of link setup and everything's just a little bit weird. It's just a real shame they didn't use the same kind of chassis style that they used for the 2405 Pro, I think it was, this one. Which, to be fair, this one was actually a little machine. I know some people had some issues with it and stuff, but, you know, with them obviously being kind of new to mini crawlers, there's always going to be like some teething issues. But, you know, again, this one was brushless. It had 4-wheel steering. It's actually got a 2-speed gearbox. You got metal gears. You know, it has much more of what you'd expect to be kind of normal axles, drive shafts, links, and everything. And this one performed really, really well straight out of the box, in my opinion. But you can just see the difference, like on the size and just, you know, the axle design, the links, and everything. This one just seems a lot more kind of cheap and cheerful, whereas this one seems like they were actually going for a proper mini crawler. Now, as you can tell, I have already ran it, and we get to the running footage, you'll kind of see what it was like on the trail on the rocks. But there was just a few little kind of weird oddities with it, which, you know, we'll get to. But anyway, let's take a look at some of the functionality. So first of all, we've got that hard body, which, like I said, I'm kind of on the fence with it. You know, it has got some nice little details on it. It is fully licensed, like I said. So you've got your Toyota badge, you've got your nice big meaty front bumper, you've got your windscreen wipers, you've got your snorkel, you've got your mirrors. It doesn't come with the stickers on it. I stuck some of those on before I ran it. There's a whole load of stickers it comes with, I'll show you in a minute. But you've got kind of a little bit of a dropped bed in the rear. Now the body is actually clipless. You've got these two little kind of spring clips here. You basically just pinch them in, and then once you pinch them in, the body just lifts off. You can see we've got a whole load of LED lights and everything in there, and you've got pretty much clear windows. They've got a slight tint to them. Now, electronics wise on this, you've actually got your all-in-one ESC and receiver at the back here. You've got quite a lot of wires going on because you've got your dig servo, you've got your 2-speed servo, you've got your 2-speed gearbox. You've actually got a brushless Outrunner motor, so it's a 3500 kV 1212 motor. Your battery then sits up the front, which is a 350 milliamp hour 2S Lipo. And with the body off, you can see we've actually got a servo, an axle steering servo. It does actually have oil-filled shocks. You've got these tiny little shocks. If we just drop it down, look, you can see, you know, they are oil-filled. I think there's only a little bit of oil in them, but to be fair to them, you know, it actually had some nice movement considering its size. And I do absolutely love these little wheels and tyres. You know, I mean, ground clearance-wise, it gives us some major issues, but it does look really cool, to be fair. Now, the wheels themselves aren't bead locks. There's no foams in the tyres, so you can just basically pull the tyres off. So, you know, I didn't really have any issues with them slipping or anything like that. And to be fair, they were all right. You know, on the trail, on the rocks, they're actually fairly grippy, to be fair to them. Transmitter it comes with it. It's not the nicest looking thing in the world, but it is a 6-channel transmitter. So you can actually control your 2-speed on here. You control your LED lights. You've got all your usual steering trim, your throttle trim, your dual rates and everything. Channel 5 over here actually controls your dig, and channel 6 doesn't actually do anything. Now it comes basically at 99% ready to run. You just need your batteries for the transmitter, and it takes 4 AA batteries. So you get a little bag of goodies with it. You get your instruction manual, get your USB charger, your wheel wrench tool. You actually get some spring spacers in there as well, and I'm not sure you'd really need them. And then you get 2 little kind of Allen wrench drivers, whatever you want to call them. And then you get 2 sticker sheets. This one's got all like the Toyota badges and everything, and the decals for putting on the side of the truck. I only put a few of them on there. And then you get some other like Land Cruiser stickers, some UDI stickers and stuff like that as well. So let's get it powered on. So it's going to turn the transmitter on, and then your power switch is actually waterproof, and it's just on the bottom down here. When you first turn it on, you just get the bumper lights come on. If you then press channel 3 on the transmitter just once, you get your headlights come on. You also have rear lights, and you have reverse lights, and you have indicators, and you've also got indicators on the front as well. Now you can actually turn some of the additional lights off as well. So if you want to turn the bumper lights off, just hold down the light button on the transmitter for about 2 seconds. And then you'll see the bumper lights actually go off, but you've still got your headlights, you've still got your indicators, and you've still got all your rear lights as well. And then if you actually want to have hazard lights instead of indicators, then what you need to do is put it down. You need to hold the wheel down and then hold the lights button for about 5 seconds. And then you'll see now we've actually got hazard lights. And again, if you want to, you can still turn your bumper lights off just by holding it for a couple of seconds. So you can switch those on and off. And if you want to turn the hazard lights back off, just do the same thing. Just hold the wheel down, hold on the light button, about 5-6 seconds, and then you'll see your hazards go back out. So I personally prefer running it with the hazards because I just think it looks nice. I'm not a fan of indicators, to be quite honest. So that's how I run mine. You know, to be fair to it, again, for the price, it's got some nice LED lights, and I like the fact that you've got all the different kind of switchable options. Now, like the 2401 and the 2405, it is just straight axles, there's no portals. And now you might be able to see there's actually a servo mount on the rear axle, but it doesn't have rear wheel steering because it is just, like I said, a straight axle. There's no steering knuckles on there or anything like that. I thought it was a bit weird that they actually just included the servo mount on there, but you can't do anything with it. So yeah, a bit strange. Right, let's get one of the diff covers off and just have a look and see if it is actually metal diffs. Okay, so the diff cover off, you can see we do actually have metal diffs and we have metal bearings, because on the box it actually says they're upgradable, but they are actually included. And it does say that it's metal gears in the gearbox as well, which again for the price is, you know, pretty decent. And look, we even have grease on the diff. How about that? Your wheel hexes are actually a standard kind of 7mm hex as well, so you could fit different wheels and tyres, but you know, you'd struggle with body clearance. Like, we've got some wheels that I normally run on a little SCX24, and yeah, you're going to struggle there. You're going to do some serious body trimming, aren't you? But you could fit different wheels and tyres if you wanted to. Now, in terms of its scale, it says it's 18th scale. I think, to be honest, it's more like 24th scale, at least in comparison to other brands. So this is a little FCX 24M, which is 24th scale. You can see they are much more similar. And this is an FCX 18, which you can see is massive in comparison. So yeah, I'd definitely say it's better suited to being 24th scale. Right, let's just give it a quick bench test so you can see what the slow speed control is like. So I'm just going to turn the throttle trim up on the transmitter until it starts driving. And then we'll stick the transmitter over there. Just hold these tyres a minute. Because to be fair to it, when I ran it on the trail, I was actually really impressed with the slow speed control. I'm pretty sure this one doesn't have FOC. And if I stop talking a minute, when it's crawling like this, it is actually quite quiet. I don't know how much you can hear, but you can just about hear kind of like the Outrunner motor rotating. And obviously with it being metal gears, you know, it is going to be a bit louder. But to be fair to it, look, and again, especially for the price, look, that is actually pretty decent slow crawl, sorry. Now, what'll be interesting to see is what it's like now when it comes up to descend these tyres. I mean, basically, you'll see when we do the running footage, but I think the two main issues this truck has with its size is the longer wheelbase. It's got 150mm wheelbase, but obviously with that kind of like longer body and the longer wheelbase, you know, you've got quite a kind of an open area there, you know, an open midpoint to get stuck on. Let's just see what it's like coming down off this tyre now. We've got that rear wheel just going up on the tyre at the same time. Well, that's pretty controlled, isn't it, to be fair, especially for something so cheap and if it doesn't have FOC. And to be fair, for how small it is and how tiny those shocks are, it's got some pretty nice flex to it as well. You know, I'm glad they went for this size wheels and tyres. As much as it gives you issue with ground clearance, it does look pretty cool. So you can see it runs away with itself a little bit every now and again, and now it's kind of paused and it's thinking about it. But again, it's still not bad, is it, for something this small in the price? Now, when we're just bench crawling, if we just kind of slow crawl, and then if I give it a bit more throttle, you can hear it's quite noisy. You can see it's got a decent bit of punch as well. That's just in first gear. Now, I'm pretty sure I did say on the trail that I was struggling with it kind of running away with itself. And I've just realised, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but channel 6 on the transmitter actually controls the drag brakes. I should have tried that before I ran it. But if we just turn the channel 6 on, look, and now we actually have a pretty decent drag brake. So yeah, if you want a drag brake, turn channel 6 on and don't do what I did. And then for the 2-speed, if you pop it into neutral, we've got no drive. And then if you pop it into second gear, now get ready for this. It's an absolute ripper in second gear. I mean, check this out. It's got wheel speed for days. I mean, to be honest, it's too fast in second gear. You'll see when we ran it on the trail, but it just flips over in second. It is just ridiculous. Now, the other thing you'll see in the transmitter is you had this mode button. I don't know how well you can see it, but you can flick between the different modes at the top. That is mainly for the other models where they actually have 4-wheel steering, so you can do like crab crawl and everything. On this one, it doesn't do anything. You know, you've only got front steering. On mode 2, you actually lose your steering. So mode 3, you've got normal steering. Mode 4, you've still got normal steering, and mode 1, you've got normal steering. So it's just mode 2 that basically turns your steering off. So yeah, maybe just leave it on mode 1. And then the other thing you've got then is channel 5, which is actually a dig. So if we turn on channel 5, you might have just heard the servo move. And now if we turn the wheels, don't know why you can see that. Let me just turn it around. You can see our rear wheels are actually going to be locked. So I'm just going to turn it this way. It might be a bit easier to see. You can just see it's kind of just dragging those rear wheels, which is actually pretty cool. And to be fair, you know, you can either use the dig to do like what they got, like tank turn and stuff like that, or you could actually use it when you're descending to kind of lock the rear wheels up and just let it kind of drag down a slope, which is pretty cool. Right, let's get to the running footage so you can see what it was actually like on the rocks and on the trail. Okay, let's try this thing out on the rock crawler course. I don't have high expectations, but obviously it's quite a big ridge and it's quite small. Oh, nice. Oh, no. Yeah, I think with how small this thing is, it's going to struggle on this rock crawler course, but we will give it a try. I'm going to try and go slow and see what that slow speed control's like. That's actually not bad, to be fair. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than that, to be fair to it. It's actually not doing a bad job. I mean, it seems very, like, cheap, you know, the way it sounds, the way it kind of looks and it moves. It's got a very cheap feel to it. You know, it doesn't seem like you've paid kind of what you paid for it. Oh, small scale life. We are not going anywhere. Oh dear. Okay, we cheated and helped it down. Let's see if it can do the gatekeeper, shall we? See what our bump clearance is like. Okay, not bad. Oh, scraping the bodies, getting caught there on the rear. That's actually doing way better than I thought it was going to do, to be fair. Oh, we are getting stuck on everything. There is like no ground clearance on this thing at all. Let's see if we can go back a little bit without binning it. Come on. Oh. See, that's not bad. Slow speed control reverse. The transmitter, I think, is possibly what's laying it down. Okay, let's see if we can hop this, shall we? Hey! Oh yes, go on, all the way to the top. Yes! There you go, brushless power, and we made it. Nice. Now, I very much doubt it's going to get up here, to be honest, because of how low it is to the ground. Oh, that's not doing too bad. Go on. Oh, hang on, let's go back again. Let's try and go. Nice, there we go. See if we can get onto that rock over there. Oh, well, okay. That's actually doing way better than I thought it was going to do. I don't know if you can hear it on the microphone, but it sounds proper, I don't know, cheap, I suppose. Just the way it sounds, it's just like, yeah, it doesn't sound great. Scale life again, look. Hang on, let's see if we can go back a little bit. And let's try and hop. Oh dear. Well, it's still in one piece, but we are basically failing every single obstacle, mainly because of its size. Oh, that steering link again just gets in the way. It's just like too big and chunky on the front, especially for the size of the tyres. Come on, let's see if we can brushless power it again, shall we? A little bit of a hop maybe. Oh, if it didn't kind of run away with itself, I don't know, maybe it needs a better drag brake or something, but it just runs away with itself a bit too much, and then you end up kind of going not where you want to, basically. But let's just see if we can just... Look, to be fair, when you're moving slowly forward and backward, the slow speed control is actually not bad. Look, we just feather it in reverse, and then if we just feather it in going forward, I mean, look, that is actually pretty decent. It's just a super small scale life, isn't it? Let me just see if I can hop this ridge now. Oh, that didn't sound happy, did it? Try again. Oh, I appreciate some of these obstacles are pretty big, but it's giving it a good go, to be fair to it. It's just, we did actually. It's like a little rocket, isn't it? Oh dear, it's funny. Okay, let's see if we can actually get some slow crawl, work our suspension. It's too small for this rock course, to be honest. It's too low, and it's just struggling, isn't it? I mean, to be fair, it's putting up a good little fight, but we're getting our wheels stuck now. Hang on. It just darts off. Let's see if we can level that out. Oh, come on. Okay, yeah, this isn't going so well. And to be fair to it, that body's just had a few rolls, look, and I can't even see it well. There's the tiniest bit of a scratch there on the top, look, but that's taken quite a beating and done all right. Mirrors haven't snapped off or anything like that. It's definitely growing on me the more I look at it. It does look pretty cool. You know, I like the scale, I like the size of it, you know, the wheels and everything in suiting to the body, you know, it is super scale, but, you know, on this type of rock crawler course, it's definitely struggling. I mean, other 24th scales can navigate around this, but they generally have larger wheels and tyres. You know, this thing is so low to the ground, it is really struggling. Okay, we're out on the trail. Let's see what this thing is like with a little bit of trailing. I think, again, we're going to struggle a bit with ground clearance, especially with that long wheelbase and the teeny tiny tyres. Oh, that was a lovely bit of squish on the rear then. To be fair, like I said on the rocks, you know, the slow speed control is actually not bad. There's no point trying to go up this little rock. But yeah, the slow speed control is actually all right. Oh, yes, go on, go on. That's actually not bad, look. Right, we want to turn around. Let's try out this dig, shall we? So on the transmitter, we're just going to pop that channel 5 up there, and then we should add the dig on now. Yeah, I'd like to be able to turn around. Come on. Oh, stuck on a rock. Yes. Turning on the spot. And now we got the ultimate drag brake. That's pretty cool. It's just kind of dragging us along the floor, look. There we go, back to normal. It's so tiny, this thing. It is crazy. It is a proper teeny tiny 24th scale, isn't it? Let's see what it's like just coming up to some more kind of obstacles up here. Oh, that's not bad. To be fair, the stock tyres are not actually too bad. They got some decent grip on them, considering, you know, how they're not even bead locks or anything like that. You know, they're actually doing a pretty decent job. Oh, that scale life. You'd have to pick some really small obstacles, to be fair, with this thing, because, you know, even a stone, look, that big is like an obstacle. This thing is just so small. I do like the suspension movement on it, though, and you know, like I said, the look of it is growing on me. It's just, yeah, I don't know. it doesn't excite me. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's nothing on it that's like, oh yeah, this is awesome, or, you know, I don't know, yeah, it's just, it's all right, isn't it? Go on up here. I mean, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it, to be fair? I'm so undecided with this thing, but it does look cool. And I think the wheels do really suit that body style. Fair dues. That's pretty sweet. Nice. Let's test out this thing's wheel speed, shall we? So we're going to go full throttle in first gear. Even that's a decent little pace for first gear. Okay, let's chuck in second gear. Oh, that doesn't sound very happy, does it? That was full throttle in second gear then. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just literally hit my camera and spun out of control. This thing is way too fast in second gear. I mean, look at that. That is just crazy. Let's see if we can do some donuts, shall we? I mean, that is ridiculous. Why does it need to be that fast in second gear? You know, that is just crazy. Okay, let's give it a bit less throttle, shall we? I mean, that's a decent pace. But full throttle is just crazy. Every time you end up on your roof or on your side. Okay, we're back in first gear. Let's see if we can do some rootin' tootin'. I think it's going to really struggle being so low to the ground and obviously that long wheelbase. But I mean, look at that slow speed control. That, you know, the way it just went up there is actually really nice and controlled. It's just tiny. I mean, if you had a course that was like super tiny and really suitable, then, you know, this could maybe be really good fun. But for outside, I think it's going to struggle with most things, to be honest. Let's just give it a little hop and see if we can get up with all that power. Oh, hang on. Try that again, hang on. Oh, that was close. Let's try a bit of, dare we try second gear to do a hop on here? We made it up, but now we're worse off. So you could definitely clear obstacles making use of that second gear, but don't expect it to end well. Right, let's see if we can get up here. Again, this is going to be quite an ask, I reckon. Oh, come on. Oh, now we're stuck on the reeler. Oh, there we go. Oh, bumper clearance there. Okay, right, come on. Let's just see if we can... Oh, I reckon again we might be able to launch it with second gear. Let's just give it a quick try. Oh my life, this is crazy. Hang on, let's try and control. Oh man, like no drag brake in second, so it just rolls away. Hang on, come on. I'm loving those lights on the roots. Oh, right, okay, let's try and hold it. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Let's just try again. Right, there we go, line it up. Oh, I'm almost. Come on. Oh, it's just so crazy fast in second gear. It's really hard to control. Come on, right. Oh, it does not like second gear, does it? That is some nasty noises going on there. It's nice and controlled with that brushless system in first gear. It's crazy how much of a difference it is between first and second gear. I mean, second gear is just mental. Oh, we're getting stuck on that. Yeah, second gear is mental, but first gear is so nice and controlled. It's crazy. It definitely doesn't make some healthy noises though, does it, fair dues? And definitely the more I run it, the more it is growing on me. It's not the most capable thing in the world, but he says as he gets stuck straight away. Come on. But it is pretty cool, to be fair. I do like the flex on it. I do like the look. You know, it's definitely grown on me the more and more, like the look is growing on me the more and more I use it. Yeah, it is a cool little rig, isn't it? It's just, as you can see, not the most capable. You just get stuck a lot. It's very, very small. But I mean, to be fair, it surprised me how well it's actually done. I mean, I thought it was going to be way worse than this, especially, you know, after on the rocks, it was just struggle with ground clearance on like everything. But I do love that little, look at that little bit of mini flex we got there. Like, how cool is that? It's pretty sweet. You just got to watch out for everything on the floor because it gets stuck. Watch out for the giant mushrooms. A bit more scale for its size. I mean, that is some nice slow speed there. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Lovely bit of movement there. That does look pretty sweet. So you can do a nice little kind of slow crawl. Oh. Bit of side hilling. I think this might see us on our roof in a second. Oh, go on. Let's see if we can straighten out a bit. Oh, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Oh, yes. Well, what do you think? Can you see why I'm on the fence about it? Or do you disagree and you think it's actually really, really good? I mean, to be fair to it, for the price, like I said, I paid $112, including shipping to my door. You know, if you consider that, you're getting a nice 24th scale body, you're getting a brushless system, it's got dig. I mean, that's like what, saving you $20, $30, $40 on like an SCX 24. You know, that's even cheaper than an FCX 24M, which is like $129. So from that point of view, you know, you are getting a decent amount for your money. I think the thing that disappointed me, to be honest, was I just thought it could have been so much better. You know, if they'd gone either just for the 2405 Pro chassis, you know, nicer links and stuff like that, or if they'd actually made it a proper 18th scale, or at least, you know, in comparison to other brands, like the same kind of size as like, you know, your HPI Venture 18s and your FCX 18s and stuff like that. You know, I think with the brushless system, even if they bumped the price up to like $150, $160, then it really would have been able to compete with, you know, your FCX 18s, your HPI Ventures and everything, because it then would have been absolutely fantastic value for money and way more capable. But I think in its current form, its size obviously causes a lot of issues with ground clearance. You know, that massive steering link on the front just gets hung up on everything, and that's its main disadvantage. I suppose if you were going to run it just, you know, to its scale on really small obstacles and stuff like that, then yeah, you know, it is a decent little rig, but that's just kind of where I am with it, I suppose. I'm disappointed. I just think it could have been so much better. And it's not, you know, I mean, it is still decent, but it could have been more. It could have been more. Anyway, enough waffling from me. Let me know what you think in the comments. You know, what did you think of its performance and its value for money? If you are interested in getting one, I'll put a link in the description to where I got it from AliExpress. They do have them, I think, from Model Sport now in the UK, but I think it is like £129 or something like that. So you could still save yourself money if you got it from AliExpress. I mean, with the exchange rate, I think this cost me £87, including free shipping to my door from AliExpress. So if you're in the UK, you might as well just still get it from AliExpress and save yourself like 30 odd quid. Anyway, link in the description. Let me know what you think of it. Drop me a comment if you've got any questions. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.